You know, folks, you have to think. You just have to think with Bill Clinton watching all this, all these affairs going on in the military, Bill Clinton's got to be kicking himself for dodging the draft. I mean, look at what he missed. Hello, my friends. Greetings to you from the ruins of the United States of America. Rush Limbaugh and the Excellence in Broadcasting Network coming to you from the heavily fortified, well-bunkered EIB Southern Command. Great to have you here. Telephone number if you want to be on the program, 800-282-2882. And the email address, lrushball@eibnet.com. It's all too easy, folks, to forget the human toll that this is taking on the people involved. For example, Petraeus, now going to have to run for the presidency as a Democrat. His chance as a Republican is shot. But this is a resume enhancement. You know what this is? This is the Real Housewives of West Point. This is what we are watching here. And this Benghazi story, it finally has legs, lots of legs. Have you seen them in Tampa? Broadbeam, whatever her name is. You know, the one good thing, folks, about all of this is that a sex scandal might make some people finally hear about Benghazi. Because the media is all over this. It is a sex story that they just can't ignore. And even the lowest of the low information voters might finally hear about what happened in Benghazi because of this. That's why I said, you know, words and policy, we kind of exhausted it. We're just going to have to wait for events to overtake the regime. And who knows how this is going to play out. But what a soap opera this is. Real Housewives of West Point. You know, next thing I expect to hear is that Paula Broadwell put on adult diapers, got in a car for 24 hours, and drove down to Tampa to find Jill Kelly. I mean, it is hilarious. A part of me is laughing at it, and I'm like you. I'm incredulous at this. Now we've got General Allen. This is the guy we all saw in 60 Minutes a couple of weeks before the election. General Allen, we're going to get them. Keep your shirt on. The FBI doesn't. The FBI agent that got all this started, he was infatuated with Jill Kelly. This sex pot, they're calling her a sex pot, this socialite sex pot in Tampa. And this guy, the FBI, we were asking yesterday, how in the world, like I said to Snerdley, I want you to call the FBI this afternoon and say you're being harassed by somebody in the Philippines and you want an investigation, email. And see what they do. See if it happened. Well, we found out how this happened. Jill Kelly called the FBI agent that she knew. They were buds. There were some acquaintance. He had sent her topless photos of himself. She's also married. So he got the investigation going. Then people at the FBI said, you know, this guy is a little too close to this. We're going to have to kick him out of the investigation while we conduct it. And I'm looking, all of these traditions, all these institutions that used to define the backbone of this country, they're all becoming a joke. Everything's becoming a joke. Hurricane recovery in the Northeast, the unions are keeping fresh water out. The unions are keeping repair crews out. The unions are causing all kinds of red tape that Obama promised wouldn't happen. We haven't heard from Governor Christie since the election. I don't know what he's doing. But this story here with Petraeus and now General Allen, 20 to 30,000 documents that he was sending to the sex pot socialite in Tampa. One thing we know, nobody's had time to prosecute the war over there. This Mullah Omar guy, I mean, what does the Taliban know? That's the next thing to drop. We're going to find out the Taliban's behind all this somehow. I remember the FBI. I mean, the one thing that you could count on, these are former Marines. This kind of behavior from the FBI, there's no institution out there that we can trust that has not been politicized, that hasn't been corrupted, even the CIA. And of course, Obama, by the way, Obama's doing a press conference tomorrow. I wonder how many reporters will ask him about all the binders filled with women in this administration. So now we have, here's the latest, we have another top general involved, the general who replaced Petraeus in Afghanistan, the general who is supposed to be running the war in Afghanistan. But why does anybody care? Obama's already told us we're getting out in 2014, win or lose. So what does it matter? I remember General Allen on 60 Minutes say he was really ticked off with the way the war is being prosecuted. He didn't specifically say rules of engagement and how limiting they are, but that's how I interpreted it. When you got a commander-in-chief who basically is throwing in the towel in Afghanistan, what's everybody supposed to do? You can't fire on the bad guys if they're surrounded by women or if they are women. Everybody's hands are tied, so they're seeking titillation elsewhere. General John Allen being reported that he exchanged between 20,000 and 30,000 emails and pages of communication with the fourth woman here in the Real Housewives of West Point, Jill Kelly. And I don't want to prejudge this, folks, but it sure seems to me that we have way too many generals taking orders from their privates.